Hi, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Time. We are a little bit behind schedule today because we're just trying to accommodate everybody's schedules and trying to connect where we can and get things done. That's just the way life is sometimes. Sometimes we can do 9 o'clock, sometimes we can't. We were a little bit behind last week as well, too, because life is just that way. And so we weren't able to come on and visit you guys on Thursday and Friday. And again, that's just life. That's what happens. We I'm not even quite sure actually if Dana's going to be able to join me this morning, but I wanted to get on because I have kind of a series that we're going to go through this week with you. And we wanted to just make sure that, we kind of schedule at least a little bit and get to what we wanted to talk about this week, because it really does kind of align with a lot of the stuff that Dana and I do. You'll notice that I have a new light. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit, but it is a little bright. But anyways, like I said, 5 underlying causes of illness. And this kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of the stuff that Dana and I do, because we are always talking about the root cause. We are always talking about getting and diving deep into our health and figuring out what that issue is, and then being able to come up from there. So a lot of times, and it doesn't matter if you're listening to Dana and I separately or even just on our coffee time when we do this together, that root cause is, so when we work with clients, you can take the analogy of like an onion, and we begin to peel away layers. I'm a big Shrek fan, can you tell? But we peel away layers. We peel away the, what are you eating? How's your bowel movement? How are you sleeping? How much water are you taking in? What are your thoughts on? How much medicine are you taking? Are you taking any over-the-counter medicine? Are you taking supplements? What supplements are you taking? How often are you taking them? How are the feelings when you eat? How fast do you eat? Where do you eat? How often do you go through the drive-through? Root cause. If we figure out what that issue is, and then we build it up. We rebuild that onion. We rebuild you from that very core situation of what's going on. And essentially, from my perspective, there is about 5 different entities. I mean, you can divide it up a little bit more or chunk them together with regards to different issues that are underlying for most of us. Again, it's a very personalized situation, and there's always going to be different schools of thought with regards to it, and there's going to be different, always going to be the exception to the rule as well too. So I am going to just look at my notes here for a second, and again, just understanding that there are about 5 different underlying reasons why, and we talk about this all the time. And today I'm going to take the easy one because Dana's not here. So that's my prerogative. And I'm just going to talk about diet and lifestyle. If you are in my Transform Your Health with Wendy Facebook group, we are going into our shred. Today is our day 1 for shred. And every day I usually talk about certain aspects of shred, and it's not the same every month. We always talk about something different. But this month, I'm really, really focusing on cancer. And as a holistic cancer practitioner, we have not different, but we have a wider scope of understanding about, again, that root cause, the disease process, and then working towards preventative measures. And this is where my passion is really working towards the prevention, disease prevention. And it's not even just cancer, but you can apply these rules pretty much to Well, yeah, to all disease processes, any lifestyle disease processes. And so when we're talking about underlying causes, we're looking at diet and lifestyle. So, I mean, any of you guys have been listening to me and listening to Dana, this is what we talk about. This is what we say over and over and over again, and that's okay. We need to be able to get that message across to everybody. The thing is that our food and our lifestyles are killing us, and it's a slow poison. It's going to not happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But eventually, if you continue on the path of a standard American diet, of processed foods and packaged foods, of increased sugar, of a sedentary lifestyle, of mental fog, basically through numbing ourselves through video games and TV and even books, that are kind of not leading you to a place of intellectual wonder, as opposed to anyways. But Ed, you're going to really want to look at your lifestyle and understand that that path will lead you down towards a disease process. There's not anybody these days that doesn't have a genetic predisposition to a lifestyle disease process. Good morning, Mel. And it is when we allow our bodies to become weak through, again, diet and those packaged and processed foods, taking in too much sugar, not taking in enough water. And I'm not talking just like right now. We're talking like decades worth of doing this kind of stuff, which I know if you're in your 40s and your 50s, you're really starting to see the end game, perhaps, and you're looking and hopefully trying to become quite aware of what's going on. And perhaps in your 20s and in your 30s, or even in your teens, this is now catching up to you, and actually the newer generations, it's catching up with them even faster. So the millennials, they're going to be sicker a lot faster than us boomers. I'm not a boomer. What am I? Gen X, I guess. Whatever. I'm not going to get into that conversation. But in my generation, it's taken this long, and the millennials and the kids after that as well too. It's going to be a faster process because they were actually born behind the eight ball. If you haven't watched the documentary yet, Kiss the Ground, please watch it. It is on Netflix. Please watch it. That's my homework for people in my group this month, is to watch that movie or that documentary, because it is so important. And understanding that, where our food is coming from, and even taking in organic foods sometimes is not going to help so much. There is study after study after study after study out there, over 200 studies, that actually say that babies are born with over 200 plus toxins in their system, and they find this in the umbilical cord blood when the babies are born. DDT and pesticides and mercury and all these different things, they actually cross the blood. They actually can, when we think that we're breastfeeding our babies and doing a really great thing, which is a good thing. Yes, I'm not going to tell you to stop breastfeeding a child, but understanding that this is being passed on to the child as well too. So, and we don't, we don't have this knowledge, and this is why we talk about this all the time. We are filled with toxins. We accumulate more toxins, and the disease process will grab hold and take over as a result. So what do we do about it? Well, we're going to have to start detoxing. And that sounds like a scary thing. Yes. If you want to call it cleanse, if you want to call it elimination diet, if you want to just call it eating better, clean eating, you can call it whatever you want, but there has to be a shift. There has to be a thought process, a desire, consistency, and this is why we do the Shred 10 consistently every month. I don't ask people to do all 10 things all at once because sometimes that's not doable for some people. We start off where we are. And if it's just a matter of incorporating more water into your life, then that's amazing. We work from wherever we're starting from. If people are ready to go full force and do all 10 requirements or guidelines during the process, then amazing. That's where they are. And then we do it consistently. We do it consistently because we cannot get away from the toxins. The toxins tend to be accumulated and accumulative as a result of just lifestyle, like just beauty products alone. One of the worst things, we're putting toxins on our bodies. We're in our cleaning products, and we talked all about cleaning last month in my Transform Your Health with Wendy Facebook group, and trying to get some clean eating into our lifestyles, and just really working towards cleaning up our bodies, cleaning up our lives, cleaning up the environment around us, and giving ourselves a better chance of survival, to live well and die well. A lot of people don't want to talk about death, but the thing is, we are all going to die. It's how we're going to die that really is up to you. And when we talk about those underlying disease processes, those underlying causes of disease process, you really want to understand of why we're talking about that. It's because we don't want you to go down the road to a disease, which can have detrimental lifestyle, lack of lifestyle, quality of life as we die. I know I want to live to 100, whether I do or not, I don't know, but at least at whatever point that I die, I would like to be, quietly in my bed, or not because I'm in pain, not because it's a disease process. I don't want to see my children. I don't want my children to have to see me suffering at the end. If you've ever seen anybody go through the process of dying, it's not easy. And you want to have the most quality, beneficial life that you want right up into the end. And this is why we talk about the disease process. There's a lot of people that, modern medicine is amazing, and we have a tendency to be able to live a lot longer with a disease. But nobody talks about preventing that disease to begin with. And hopefully from a holistic perspective, this is the kind of the message that I'm trying to get across. It's a lot harder to reverse a disease once you've been diagnosed than it is to prevent it. So we just want to prevent it all the way through. And like I said, our genetic makeup is allowing us to, jump into that disease process a lot faster. You're seeing a lot of disease in a lot younger people nowadays. And it's really hard to avoid it. And, we work diligently to try to clean up our diets, to drink more water, to get some fresh air and sunlight on our skin, to learn what is the best thing that we need for ourselves to stay healthy into our old age, because we are living longer. We are living and with high quality life right to the end. And when we can really deter ourselves from the disease process, then we can, have that quality of life right up into the end. And this is what I really want for all of you. And I'm really hoping that it makes enough sense for you guys to do that for yourselves as well, too. Out of sight, out of mind for so many people. And I get it. It's not something that you want to think about. But once you start thinking about it, is usually after you get a diagnosis. And like I said, after the diagnosis, well, it's harder, but you can, again, get to that root cause and fix, and from there up towards, having the best quality of life that you can. And like I said, there's 5 different things that we can talk about, and Dana and I are going to talk about throughout the week. And diet and lifestyle is one of the most important aspects for our health and well-being. Many North Americans actually eat that sad American diet. So it is, you know, it is extremely detrimental to our health. Even processed foods, junk food, fast food, caffeine, sugar, alcohol, tobacco, all these different things that people would say, well, that's just what life is, and that's what makes life the way it is. It's a choice. I mean, it really is a choice, and you have to be really real with yourself. You can't just listen to me and Dana or any other nutritionist or any other chiropractor that has nutrition advice. You can't just listen to and listen. You have to put whatever resonates with you into action, and it's the action steps that are going to make the difference. And it's not going to happen overnight, but when you start putting one foot in front of the other, it does make a difference down the road. And when we start with our diet and we start with our lifestyle choices, it's the good foundation. But there's always other things that could be going on. You could be eating whole foods. You could be eating and exercising on a regular basis. You could be doing all the right things, but there's still something going on. There's still issues in the gut. There's still this, there's still that. That's when you connect with a practitioner to help you peel away that onion and figure out a little bit more. And that's why we ask you tons and tons of questions like, so it says here that you only drink occasionally. Well, explain to me what occasionally is. Well, I only have 1 glass of wine, or I only split a bottle of wine a day every night with my husband. Well, that's a lot. And then, what else goes with that? Well, and then we have a steak, and then we have a little bit of cheese with that wine. And, and when those forms that we ask people to fill out, if you're not accurate on it, it doesn't really allow us to see a really, really good picture of what's going on either. So it really does, again, come down to a lot of education, and it comes down to a lot of choices for yourself. There's, again, cheese is dairy. Alcohol is toxin. Doesn't matter if it's organic or not, it is toxic. And if you are trying to get to a place in your life where you are decreasing your chances of disease process taking hold, you're going to want to eliminate alcohol. If you drink 16 cups of coffee a day, you're going to have to decrease your amount of caffeine during the day. Take out the sugar, take out the cream, get organic coffee. If you really want to have that coffee boost, go towards a green tea. There's all these different things that can be done with your diet that's going to make a shift towards being healthy and feeling good. Gut issues is a really big, prevalent thing for a lot of people. Still, a lot of people don't want to talk about it. People don't want to talk about poop. People don't want to talk about gas and flatulence and all these other resulting issues, pain, cramping up, not being able to leave the house because you don't want to get too far from the toilet. All these different things. People don't want to talk about it, but you have to talk about it because it's your health. And something like an IBD or an IBS or Crohn's or colitis or even just an allergy, an intolerance, all these different things, diverticulitis, like Mel was just saying in the comments. These are all issues that have to be addressed, and you have to make some shifts. If you want to go towards a pharmaceutical perspective, you're just going to be band-aiding it. I'm going to lay it out right there for you right now. It's not going to make it any better. All it does is put a Band-Aid on it. That's all it does. And it's not going to reverse it. It's not going to allow you to be medication free. It's not going to allow you to dive into healing your body and your gut as a result too. And there's a lot of information out there, guys. There's a lot of stuff, from different supplements and different brands of supplements to the types of foods, and where you're getting your food, and understanding the significance of extremely organic food, decreasing your meat intake, decreasing any kind of triggers that might be going on in your gut. It's going to be very, very individualized, mind you, but there's a lot of information out there. And until you start working with a healthcare team, including a nutritionist and including people that are specialized in this, then it's not going to be any kind of benefit to you, and it is just going to be a band-aid. So that's a choice that people want to make. But understanding that the first of the underlying causes of illness and disease is that lifestyle and diet that we are all taking in. And it is one of the first things that we specifically can work on, and something that we can really start understanding and bringing a better perspective to, because this is something that we do every day. We eat every day. We we live our lives every day, and just making some shifts towards more plants and vegetables, towards fruits and vegetables, sorry, towards more clean, healthy water, filtered water, towards more sunshine, fresh air on our skin, getting out, moving our bodies, towards more sleep. Sleep is a big one. Towards more decreasing our stress. Stress is a major one. And if it's not addressed, Band-Aids from the pharmaceutical companies are not going to help, and holistic measures are not going to help. And people are like, well, you guys are crazy, you don't know what you're talking about. But if there's underlying stress and you're just like boom up here, if not up here all the time, nothing you're going to do is going to help. It doesn't matter if you're eating a salad morning, noon, and night, or walking 6 miles a day, or sleeping 6 hours or 8 hours a night, or getting 3 liters of water in. That's stress. If it's not under control and if it's not addressed, then nothing's going to help. It really is one of those things that you have to dive into and make a big difference. And if you want some connection with regards to that, stay tuned, because even though all through May I'm going to be doing talking about cancer and Cancer Fighting Kitchen, and how to cancer-proof your life. We are all through June. I think I'm going to be addressing stress, and maybe June or July. I'm not quite sure. But anyways, stress again is one of those big things that is so very important. So today, let me look at my time. So yeah, first underlying cause of illness is your diet and lifestyle choices. So that's what you want to start working on. And if you need some help in that direction, connect with us. Follow Dana and I throughout Facebook, throughout Instagram. Start putting in place these little tidbits, these little nuggets, these little pearls of wisdom that we're throwing at you guys for free. We have worked hard over the years to gain this knowledge, and our services are not cheap, and unfortunately they're not covered by insurance. And this is like a little pet peeve of mine, for the most part. But it is an understanding that, following us and just getting some tidbits of information is going to help you start your journey and get you to a place of thinking about this on a more regular basis. When you need help to get to that next level, because maybe whatever you're trying is not working, this is when you come and see us. This is when we do virtual connection through the internet. We do counseling. We provide you with specific foods that are going to help. We help you discover what that root cause is by peeling off the onion, by asking you questions, by getting to that source of the issue that to begin with. So this is why we do what we do. It's our passion, because we've both had times in our lives that we've seen that disease process come to its fruition. We've lost loved ones. We don't want to see you guys go through that as well too, because we're all in this together, right? We're all in this big crazy world together, and there's a lot of stats out there. There's a lot of issues going on in the world right now, but there's also ways that we can help ourselves to enhance our immune system, to boost our ability to not see the disease process come through, to keep ourselves strong, to fight off those bugs that come around and are smarter than us and are more powerful than us. Not let them take over us, and show them who we are. We're strong. On this planet, we're human beings, but we're not the the top of the food chain, I don't think, anymore. Bacteria, and from what I'm learning, viruses, they're the top of the food chain. But that's because of the lifestyle that we've been living. It's because of years and years and years of our genetics being passed down, carrying all these toxins, which is overloading our liver, which is not allowing this amazing machine that we have, this amazing healing machine, to do the job that it needs to do, to fight off the bacteria, to fight off the viruses, to fight off the weak parts of our body that say, yeah, cancer really would be nice here, or heart disease, everybody else in your family's had it, so you should have it too, because we don't want those little weak areas to flourish. It's like survival of the fittest within our bodies. The weak areas of our body are going to be targeted by the bacteria and the viruses and the cancer genes and the heart genes and the genes that we are predisposed to, flourishing in our body. We don't want them to flourish. We're going to keep them down. We keep them down. They're still there. That's fine. Well, they're still there. We just don't want them to rise up or have the opportunity to take over. And they sit and they wait and they wait and they wait and they wait for another poutine, and they wait for another bottle of beer, and they wait for you to be sitting for a week, and they wait for us to gain weight, and they wait for us to not have any fruits and vegetables. They wait because they know fruits and vegetables and antioxidants are really going to counter the free radical damage, and the free radical damage is that eating away of our cells and causing the mitochondrial breakdown and allowing for disease process to take hold and go, yay, it's my time. And yeah, I get on a tangent, don't I? It's no wonder we only have 1 or 2 people watching. I guess I'm a very niche kind of person. You guys have to really kind of like my style. I apologize. It's my passion. It's my passion. It's Dana's passion. It's why we do this. It's why we come on here on a daily basis and give you guys as much information as you need and you desire to get to a healthy place in your life. So, just to wrap up, 5 underlying causes of diseases this week. 5 underlying causes of illness, sorry. And the first one, diet and lifestyle. Diet and lifestyle, diet and lifestyle. All day long, diet and lifestyle. Make a shift. Make a conscious shift. I'll say it 5 times fast. Diet and lifestyle, diet and lifestyle, diet and lifestyle, diet and lifestyle, diet and lifestyle. Make a shift. It's for your benefit. And this is a good place to start. Diet and lifestyle. So if you need some help, you want some further information, you want some whatever encouragement that you're on the right path, connect with Dana and I. I've left a link in the comments up above. I can set up a free appointment with you for an hour and we can just chat to see if you're in the right direction. If you want to continue working with me, Dana, I believe, has the same kind of situation where you can set up a free chat with her to see if working with her is something that really resonates with you. There's other ones out there too. Get to see somebody. We all kind of had the basic kind of overview of the same thing, but see who resonates with you. See who you like. See who speaks to you. Not like this, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, somebody that you can connect with, that you feel safe with, and do that today. Because diet and lifestyle is what has to shift to begin that shift underneath everything else. So join us tomorrow. I believe we're going to be on at 9, and we're going to talk about the second underlying cause of illness. So I love you guys, and we will connect tomorrow. Take care.